Hey everybody, welcome to another video on Dragger Off-Road. In this video I'll be talking about my RC crawler and just going over my build as well as greasing the transmission on it. It's kind of a new style video, like a live style video, but yeah, in this we'll be just wrenching and greasing and talking, but enjoy the video and please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you everybody. Hey everybody, it's Garrett here with Dragger Off-Road. I've decided I'm going to do a RC video here. I'm just going to go over my build here. What I have here is, it started out as an Axial SCX-10-2, but now it is a variety of different parts here now. It's completely custom. There's the only thing that's probably SCX-10 now is the battery pose. The battery, that's probably it. Even the pieces that hold the battery posts are, well, they're aftermarket, I guess, going with the frame rails, I guess. But yeah, the truck itself is a custom carbon fiber frame, but it's got the forward leaning skid. I don't know, it's gonna be hard to get on video. As you can see there, forward leaning skid. I believe it's 10 degrees. It might be a little less, but either way, it's got the Fish RC SCX-10-2 skid plate with the 3-gear mount. That's what I got on this one. The Vanquish 3-gear, as well as the Hobbywing Axe R2, the 2800 kV. It's, as far as I'm concerned, it's the best, or close to the best. Close to well, I guess the new Fusions are apparently pretty good, but I have never tried them myself. But I've always gone with Axe for the crawlers. The Axe, Hobbywing Axe. I've tried the Castle. I know a lot of people swear by the Castles, but I've tried them and I don't like the drag brake. I've crawled a lot with the Castle and the drag brake is really doesn't hold like the Hobbywing Axe. You let go of the throttle with the Axe and it stays no matter what. The Castles I found, I don't know if it's because my rigs are heavier or what, but I found that they don't hold as well as the Hobbywings. But yeah, so I use that, and then for the dig, for the front or the rear dig, I guess. I'm not sure how that's classified as it, but the rear locks up. So I'm assuming that's a rear dig, but that's I use NSDRC for all my servos. So I use the let's see if we can get her to focus here. Where is it? Oh, it won't focus for some reason. There. Will it focus there? No. Anyways, that's the RS100 micro servo. It's, in my opinion, one of the best anyways. I mean, it's a debatable topic. It's personal preference, but I use NSDRC for everything, for servo related stuff. And yeah, the drive servo, or the steering servo is the RS800 V2. probably not gonna focus again, but there, see if we can get her to focus. There we go. Kind of. RS 800 V2. And it's a direct power servo. It's awesome servo in my opinion. I've been using them for years, and or pretty much since they came out. And yeah, they've been awesome for me. And then, like I said, the Vanquish 3-gear transmission with the Robinson gears. I like to run the, I think it's 64 pitch gears, not the 32. Yeah, I think it's 64 pitch gears, the tiny teeth. But I do know with their, with the rocks and stuff, I don't know. I haven't had any problems myself, but I know maybe some other people have had rocks jam in there and destroy the gears, but I've never had any problems myself. But yeah, that's what I run, is the 60. I believe it's the 64. I'm not 100% positive, but I'm pretty sure it's the 64 pitch gears. And then the drive shafts are the deluxe cut to length drive shafts. They're awesome in my opinion. They're probably the best, I guess. They're fairly expensive. I think they were, I'm in Canada, so it's, I think they're $70, $80 a piece. But worth it in my opinion. You'll never break them, or you got those set screws in there to hold it. They're never gonna break or nothing. So, and then from there we got the deluxe shocks, I believe. Is it the, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the deluxe. It's the modified Traxxas shocks with the shorter springs. Oh, this camera, I don't know what's going on. There we go. Oh. Yeah, the shorter springs on them. And then, yeah, they're, what, 102 mil, I think? Full length, eye to eye. And then, yeah, the links are in the works, RC links. Got the high clearance rear links, bent links. I don't know, it's gonna be tough to see, I guess. There you go, now you can see them. Yeah, the rear high clearance links. The front are the standard straight links, but I got the lowers are titanium and the top are brass, as well as brass steering linkage. And then we go from there, we go to the axles. And the axles are super shafty capper axles with all the brass goodies, except for the brass knuckles are the, oh, I can't remember the name, it's Samex. The Samex ones with the added weights on them. They have the added 33 gram weights on them. I don't know if I probably won't be able to get that to focus on there, but yeah, it's got the 33 gram extra up on top of the knuckle weight. And then, yeah, it's got the brass linkage, like I said. It's got the brass third member as well, right here. And then, what else we got here? The rear axle is completely stock super shafty capper axle. Just, yeah, no brass, no nothing, except for the brass uppers, I guess. And yeah, that's pretty well everything I imagine on this. Well, the tires, I guess. The tires are the J Concepts Ruptures, the 1.9. And then I got the Bullies, the Vanquish Bully wheels with the Holy Rings. Nice, very nice touch to the truck. They're pretty beat up now, but they have. And then I guess I got the dual stage, the Proline dual stage foams in them. I like how the Proline, because the the Proline's dual stage, I believe, are meant for 5.75 height tires, but the ruptures are 5.9, I believe. So it just gives it that much more, the tires that much more traction, I believe, in my mind. It just lets the tires sit on the ground a little better. And then, yeah, I run the tires with, for the longest time, I never ever ran my tires with a hole in them. Or, I don't know, yeah, with the hole punctured, I guess, or whatever. But now I run them punctured because, yeah, I see why everyone does. Because, yeah, you do get that, you get more tread on the ground. And you get that tire sag, or I don't know what to really call it, but yeah. But yeah, so that's the truck. And then I got a Chevy body. I can't remember what the terminology is, but is it, the front is, I'm pretty sure it's tucked in the rear is what it is. And then I can't remember what's pinched in the front. Tucked in the rear, pinched in the front. But this is the third body I've put on this truck. I have another one here, actually. I'll see. Grab it. Here, yeah, this is the Gozer. Or was it? Yeah, the Gozer. I think it's a play on the Brodozer from the Diesel Brothers. But yeah, it's got the pinched rear. And it's actually pretty fairly nice body. It's pretty beat up now, but yeah, that's that body. And then yeah, I don't think I have any other bodies in here that I used for it. I also run 3S batteries on it because that's all you can run with the Hobby Wing. That's kind of the downfall with the Hobby Wing, is it can only run 3S. But I've seen they have a new 3, is it a 3P or whatever? I don't know. I haven't read all the stats on it. But this is the remote I use. I do use the DX5R. It's an awesome remote, in my opinion. Works great. And then, yeah, I like how it has the dial too for 4-wheel steer. So you can steer with the front axle, and then steer with the rear with the little dial. I haven't set up 4-wheel steer on any of these yet. On my old Wraith I had 4-wheel steer, but I never had the dial. So it was just the click, do the crab walk or do all of them turn, or it wasn't, I couldn't control the rear axle by itself, which sucked. So I took it off, and I no longer have a Wraith. Well, kind of a Wraith, or it's Wraith based anyways, I guess. But we'll go over that another day, that one. But yeah, that's the build. I'm gonna check this transmission out today, actually. I'm gonna do some greasing. And I'm just gonna take this transmission out here quick. Yeah, I used to, well, I have traveled, for the last 11 years I've traveled all over the place for work, so. And then used to go to Crow's Nest Pass all the time. And that's like crawling heaven. Like if you have a crawler, that's where you want to be. And I used to crawl Frank Slide there, and just right outside of Blairmore there. And as well, I crawled, used to work in, well, we worked in Fernie a lot, and there's a bit of crawling there, but you really got to go up in the mountains to find like a good solid crawling spot that you can crawl for hours. But yeah, we crawled there tons. Like we worked up in the mountains there, so we sometimes bring me and my buddy used to bring our trucks up there and crawl after work, but it wasn't very much, but it wasn't near as much as Crow's Nest, because Crow's Nest is so easy. It's just right in the pass there. You just have to literally go out your back door pretty much and crawl. But yeah, that's easy crawling. But now I'm switching careers here and getting into heavy duty mechanics, and won't be traveling as much, so we'll see what we can find around Red Deer here. And I know there's a group on Facebook for the Red Deer crawlers, but my big thing is I like crawling. Like, I like going to the rocks and crawling. I don't like just going down the path. Well, I imagine now that I'm not traveling as much, I'll probably get into going down trails and stuff. But yeah, we'll see. I want to make RC content, so one way or another we'll make it happen. And yeah, we'll see where it goes. But yeah, I just gotta open this transmission up. I might have to take, I'm pretty sure I gotta take this servo off. Yeah, I think I do. Pretty sure I gotta take that servo off. So I'll take this off here. Yeah, I much prefer the micro servo. It takes up way less room. Way less room. And these are great servos. They're just as strong as the big ones, so some of them anyways. Some of the cheaper ones. Especially the Amazon ones. Went through a ton of those. Finally decided to spend the money and get a good one. NSDRC has been my go-to, like I said. Put that over there. See if we can get her to focus here. That's the there it is. RS100 micro. I guess it's upside down. Or no. RS100 micro. And then I don't know, it's been a while since I've taken this transmission out. So I might actually just pull my gun out here. I want to get a smaller one, but right now this will do the trick. Almost loose. Never give her ugga dugga this time. Oh, Jesus. Oh, he's in there. Go from nothing to all of it. I just gotta take this little, which one do I got here? Oh, I forgot to take my little guy out. There. Oh no, that's a little tiny one. Still want to expand. I need to get more MIP wrenches. They're the best. Best of the best. Nicely machined ends. Now, I don't know how much use I got out of this since I last rebuilt it, but there we go. See if we can get this thing to focus. Come on. There it is. 3-gear. Transmission. We take the spur gear off. Robinson gears. I've always used Robinson gears ever since I got into the hobby. Best of the best, in my opinion. My first RC was the Wraith. I bought it over COVID to stay busy, and I guess that wasn't my first RC. That was my first crawler, I guess I should say. My first actual hobby grade RC was a MGT 4.6 Nitro. And I had that when I was in middle school, I believe I bought that. That was a while ago I had that. Obviously there's no slipper on this. The slipper and eliminator. Which I don't know. I don't know, with all everything as upgraded as it is on this truck, you're snapping axles or you're snapping something, which I don't know. Maybe I don't know if it's really better than eliminating the slipper. I mean, if you're in a bind, you're gonna get out of it. Either that or you're gonna break out an axle, one of the two. One or the other, you're gonna get her one way or another. The Capra axles that I put on here, the stock plastic, they lasted, I think, maybe 3 times out crawling before those broke, or the rear broke. Was it? Yeah, the rear broke at the knuckle. But yeah, they don't usually last too long, the stock plastic axles. We'll clean these up a little bit. Clean the gears up. Let's check all the bearings too as well, I guess, while we're in here. Check all the bearings. Check the shaft here, the pinion. I imagine, yeah, that would be the pinion shaft in the transmission. Yeah, sure. It's all Vanquish. It's chromoly. It's the best of the best, in my opinion. The best of the best. The gears or the bearings. Who do I use for bearings? I gotta check. I don't know if I have it. I don't know if I have it. There's bags of bearings in here. I know I have some in my toolbox, but I don't think I have any in a box. Let's see what we got here. I'll just set that there for now while we check these bearings, because I might need a new one or two here. But yeah, I'm not too sure. I can't remember the bearing company I use, but good bearings anyways. That one's still good. It's usually the lower ones that go out. The lower or the is it the lower or the rear? The top. Yeah, I usually get the lowers in the case here. Lower bearings that go out. Usually get stuff, dirt and rocks and whatever else in there, and jammed in there. Dust. This one's still good. Still good. Put that one back in, this one back in. But yeah, I really hope to get out this summer, especially with being home now. I should be able to get out and on the weekends, and it'll be quite the change for me now doing this. Being at home, not working weekends, getting the evenings still. It'll be something else. It's gonna be awesome, really. The only thing I don't like about this is the grease. I don't know what it is about the grease, but it kind of messes me up. But it gets into your pores or whatever else, and then you rub it in and straight to the dome, as some would say. Okay, well, yeah, I was gonna clean this up actually. Get some brake clean. All that stuff's potent. I don't know how to use that stuff. We'll go non-chlorinated today. Don't really need something too strong for this stuff. Get a rag. I guess I should, the front axle is overdriven on this one. It has the Team Garage Hack. I can't remember what they call them, the Extreme, or is it the, I'm not too sure. I can't remember now, but it's like 40% overdrive. 30 something or other. It's pretty high. But I find it works great for crawling. Not so much trailing, but I might have to swap that out actually if I start trailing more. We'll see. But I guess we'll pull all the bearings out. Bearings all out. I just put back in. Clean everything up. Clean all the grease out of her. good thing is I've done this so many times now that it's fairly simple. We'll get our handy dandy toothbrush out. Handy dandy. Yeah, I when I first started in the hobby, I tested a lot of builds out, trying to build stuff. Limited, well, not limited funds, but just limited knowledge, I guess, when I first started. But yeah, tried to build a Rancho, didn't really work out. I tried to do it with an SCX 10 skid, and it's so hard to get your link angles and your triangulation and all that. So hard to get all that with if you're not using the Wraith skid, I found anyways. I know a lot of people have done it, but it's, in my opinion, a lot harder with the SCX 10 too skid. But yeah, I tried that, and then I did have the 4-wheel steer Wraith. I wish I had the rear control for the axle, but never did. Took it all off. Then yeah, I got with the Wraith, I did that tummy tuck on it with that, was it I don't think it was BGR. I can't remember who, it was at Emery Works. Did that tummy tuck panel, or those tummy tuck rails. They were all right. I never really had good luck with the rails myself. No, I don't want to talk trash about somebody, but I never really had luck with them. They weren't the greatest anyways. But good idea. I still used them, but they were, yeah. But yeah. I wouldn't, usually if someone mentions them on Facebook or looking for them, I would just tell them, you know, it's a good idea, but be prepared. Yeah, I don't know if this non-chlorinated brake clean doesn't really do the trick too well with the grease. That other stuff though is holy crow. I almost gotta wear a mask, it's so freaking potent. There. Yeah, this transmission, I forgot to put the pin in the center the one time I rebuilt it. Or re-greased it and machined a lot of it off. A lot of the case and the inside off. Right there. It's like paper thin right by my thumb there. But it still works now. Still keeps the dirt out of her. Yeah. Sold a ton of parts. Used to sell a ton of parts, but with the tariffs and everything, now I sold another part here recently, and I didn't realize how much the tariffs actually were. The guy was pretty upset with me that I sold and the tariffs dinged him so hard in the States, shipping to the States from Canada. I can't do that anymore, I guess. But I still have quite a few parts for sale. Wraith and SCX-10 and Capra parts. But a lot of people think you're just going to give it away. Spent a lot of money on those parts. Ain't giving them away, that's for sure. Thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars into these crawlers. But I mean, if I was better off or had a bigger channel or whatever, it'd be a different story. But I'm sure down the line it'll get better. So, take all the grease off of these just to put all the grease back on. But at least we'll take all this dirty stuff off. And then yeah, I'll have to, I'm pretty sure I greased the front axle not long ago. Well, maybe on another video I'll maybe touch on greasing the rear axle, and then we'll talk about we'll do a whole other video on my death metal garage cage build there, Wraith kind of base build there. The death metal garage cages are pretty wild, and considering the guy just passed away here not long ago from cancer, he actually built quite a few. I know there were some people saying there was a limited amount of them, but I know he did there's quite a few even just on his Facebook page. I was looking the other day, but yeah. Try and get this back together here so we don't make our video too long. We're only 37 minutes in. So try and get this cleaned up and back together here soon. And then, so we can stick this in here, there, slide this up here, like that, and this goes in here. No, we need our bearing first. Bearing. I want to mess this case up even more than I already did by not putting that center shaft in. Put this in here. Clean that. There. Those bearings are in there, yep. Okay, and then we can put this bearing back in. This bearing back in. Bearings are all good. I'm pretty sure I never greased this too long ago, but can never do it too much. Maintain these things. Like I said, it's thousands of dollars into them, so you might as well maintain them. Make sure they're gonna run good for you. There. There. Where's that? Oh, I see. I've been thinking about maybe doing live RC videos, but Let me know if that's something you guys are interested in. If you make it to this point anyways. Let me know in the comments if you make it to this point. That'd be cool. I don't know if anybody really watches this far. Yeah, I got something going on here. Oh, I see. There we go. Oh, hey, we gotta, speaking of messing up here, we gotta put some grease on this. So let's get our grease. This can go get put away. Get some grease. I use this crazy grease. Crazy grease. It's marine grease too, waterproof grease. So when I haven't, this rig especially is not waterproof, but when I did go through the water, this was handy because it is waterproof. Waterproof grease. Knife. Oh, that knife's not gonna cut it. I find this is the easiest way. Just use a razor blade. Scoop her out of here. Don't put too much. That's a little too much. Gobber on this. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do the center gear. Nah, screw it. We'll do the big gear. You don't want to do too much, but at least if you, it keeps the noise down too when you, especially with these metal gears. Keeps the noise down a bit. And this grease sticks to the teeth pretty good. That should be enough. You don't need a crazy amount in here. There. Now let's put this in here. Oh, this needs to go in here. There. Try and keep all that grease in there. Probably have to clean this case off again. There we go. I'll spread that grease onto the other gears. There. Looking good. There. Now that's done. Greased. Now we can start putting this back together. Now we need thread lock though. I do have thread lock over here. Yep, right here. Give her a shake. There. Always got to use thread lock on this aluminum, especially this aluminum, as everyone probably knows, I guess. Now, there is supposed to be a little spacer on there. I don't know if I have another one. This might be it. No, that's way too short. No, I don't have the spacer for that. I don't know what I did with that. This. Anyways, we'll build it without it. We'll put we got these screws here for the, put that away before that causes a catastrophic mess. Okay, now let's start putting this thing back together here. Okay, we're going to put this in. We need this. Yeah, this is where I mess up, I think. Because you got to put the spur gear there. Oh, wait. There, I've already messed up here. Need to put this on first. There. Here, let's put this. Let's get that sitting. There. There. Put this nylock on. I'm not supposed to reuse these nylocks, but I do. Technically not supposed to. I think a lot of people do, but jam that up. There. Put the gear back on. Now we gotta remember the headlock. I always put too much. And then they come out and they look like crap. And then you don't want to reuse them, but you have to. Well, I have to anyways. It'd be nice to have a buttload of screws around, but maybe in the future. We'll see. I think I remembered the overdrive gear. I think it's called the Wild. TGH Wild overdrive gears? I don't know. Anyways, thought that might be it. But. Okay, now we can put this back on. I believe. Put this back on. We can put this on actually. Yeah, we can put that back on. Let's use this. These ones. Careful not to strip those. Oh boy, where did that go? Oh boy. Oh, right here. Nice. Good thing I just finished sweeping the floor in here. Or that would have been in the abyss of metal shavings from the Power Wheels project. There. Yeah. Talk about the content I guess we've been doing. We with the RC, I think the RC and the Power Wheels, it's kind of similar in a way, I guess, but we've kind of added the truck stuff in to kind of put another little filler in, because we can't really afford to be doing all these builds and content related stuff all the time. So we gotta add some filler stuff in and to keep our content going every week, to be consistent and keep our channel going, I guess, on YouTube. And it takes so much time. Like it's not even the videos that are the time consuming, like filming. It's the editing and the shorts and there's so much really to it that it's just, I see why the big YouTubers end up hiring it all out. It's because it's so much to deal with, the filming, the editing, the thumbnails, the everything. There's so much to it. Okay, so we got that one. Now we got to put on this. Let's space this properly. So it doesn't rub on the case. This is how the dig works. Oh yeah, that's that one. What did I do with that one? Let's see. That's right here. Look at that, put it back in the cap. Holy crow, turning a new leaf here. Not looking for tools for 20 minutes. Oh, I should probably thread lock that, to be honest, without losing it. Do you think we can do that? Let's get it on the screwdriver, so we don't have to take that little guy out of there. There we go. That was probably the best idea yet. There. We're gonna straighten that out. There. That's how the dig works there. How it grabs, when it grabs locks the rear axle in, it switches onto there, grabs it, and then turns the rear axle. With this, I guess I could do it a little. This is what grabs that, for the people that don't know, I guess, because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that do. That slides in and out and grabs that axle, or grabs that piece on the, comes in and out. But yeah. So I'm going to put this back on there. There. Put this on here. There. Thread lock. Thread lock. Good thing we took this apart because that one was loose. So. There. 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 Tight, tight, tight. All that's tight. Now let's go. Should we put the new, what was this from? That's from the motor mount. This goes on there. This one first. Better get this done before the ADHD kicks in. We gotta do something else. Oh. No. Gotta put a longer one in now. Strip that out. There. Let's put a longer bolt and see if that works. That is why you don't use a drill to put screws back in. Right here. That's the one. Hopefully it's not too long though. I guess I do have quite a few extra screws and bolts, but not enough to really to put new ones in all the time, or every time. Put this in, not all the way, as we have just learned. we were gonna put it in with the screwdriver. There, just like that, without stripping the rest of the threads out. Now we're gonna put this in without the drill, because we do not want to strip this out. Oh, and I forgot to put the lock on that. There, that's on. On. Now we can put this drive shaft end on without losing the set screw. I don't know what these ones, grub screw maybe? I don't know what these ones are called. The ones with the little shaft on the end. Let's see here. Come on. That one. I'm sure you can see that. Right there. Yeah. Anyways, that's what it is. Put that back on. Okay, now let's get to, oh, that's what that is. The motor mount screws. So we gotta put our drive shafts in. Or here, let's get the motor in first. What did I do with that Velcro strap? Velcro strap in there for my battery, as there is not many locations for. And I know this, like this gear spacing is all over the internet, but like a normal, any RC video, I will show you how I do mine. Once I get these bolts, or these screws started. There, get that one started. This one started. Now, you're supposed to, as everyone says, use a sheet of paper. But I just get it so I can see a little air in between the gears. And then I tighten one down. Tighten one down. And then I give her a spin around. Make sure there's play, and it's not stiff. A little bit of play. Tiny bit of play. about a thickness of a sheet of paper, I would say, I guess. Well, that one looks good. Yeah, I would show it on the camera, but I'd fight with the focus on that thing for probably a good solid 20 minutes or so. But that's the motors on. Make sure we don't forget to put our drive shafts on. What do we have for time here? Oh, over an hour. We'll see here. Man, did not want to go in. Come on. There's going to be something. There we go. There. Now that's the nice thing about working on these trucks is you don't have to work around the cage. That other one, it's hell to work around. Well, let's get some more thread lock. Thread lock. Screw. No. Should have planned this out a little better. There we go. Look at that. Now, lining these up. There's another kicker. Once you get one though, you're golden. There, got one. One. Do the other corner. Then I don't have to hold it like a baby anymore. There. One thing I did use a while ago was the Delrin links, which I don't know what's better, but these titanium links are awesome too for the rocks, but a lot better than aluminum, I'll tell you that. You definitely, any newcomers that are watching this, you definitely do not want aluminum links. Unless you want to have an extreme challenge crawling. Because it will not be fun. You'll be grabbing rocks. But the Delrin links that I had, those are awesome links. Awesome links. I still have them actually. I just went to the titanium, I guess. And I've always really used, oh, this link looks like it's broken. Huh. Yeah, this rod end is broken. Or link end. Huh. I just noticed that. I'll have to fix that up another day. For now, the transmission is in. And that will be it for this video now. A long one. long video. Wasn't expecting it to be that long, but yeah, that's that. Put the body on for everyone to see. I still gotta mount the power switch, but that'll be good for now. Yeah. Oh, and I gotta plug that servo into my radio. I use the SR515 too, for the Spectrum radio. Pretty sure I had it in aux 1. Maybe we'll have one of these little RC videos, like a bench talk or something. I don't know what to call it, but maybe we'll do these once a month or something, or once every couple months. Maybe once a month sounds better, but I'd like to commit to that, but I don't know right now because it is winter time, and I only have the 2 real RC. I guess we could do like an RC build, a cheap. Maybe we could do a budget build. I don't know. Leave a comment in the comments. I guess this is near the end of the video, but leave a comment on if you make it to the end of these videos and if we should do a budget build RC. Let me know in the comments. But that's gonna be it for this one. After I put this body on, like I said I was going to. There. There. And there. We'll do a little flex for everybody. Flex. There we go. There it is, everybody. A good solid hour and 15 minutes almost. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like, comment, and subscribe, please.